Hello, my name is Larry Salazar, and I'd like to thank you for joining me today for this online presentation. For the next several minutes, I'm going to discuss the following topic, and that is the challenges and solutions to accessing business intelligence in a way that supports sound decisions. And not only that, but also how you might overcome the hurdles that often limit business intelligence to strategic level decision making. Now, while numerous health organizations have invested in the data warehouse, it appears that many struggle with making use of that information to support decision making. Either way, they have difficulties accessing the information or making sense of it. So in essence, the data warehouse often becomes a data graveyard. Now, there are 5 reasons why accessing and analyzing data is so difficult. First, the process of extracting data can be rather complicated. So across the physician enterprise, there are many different sources of data, and in many of these instances, to even get data out of the multiple systems prove enough of a hassle that decision makers find themselves paralyzed by the fact that they simply don't have enough information to work with. Second, there are disparate sets of data within any organization. In fact, one of our clients uses multiple products implemented across 30 unique physician billing systems. So if any individual tries to ask questions about the organization as a whole, not only do they need the expertise on all the products, but also how those products may have been implemented across the system. The result is that no one in the organization actually understands how to compare 2 physicians from 2 different practices on an apples-to-apples level. Third, oftentimes a question may arise that is important in the moment. It requires an immediate answer. But if the report must be requested to the business intelligence department and the analyst has to put it into their work queue, it becomes no longer a valuable question, and as a result, many questions don't even get asked, let alone answered. Fourth, even if data can be extracted from the system, the people building the reports or answers may not have the expertise to accurately interpret the data. For example, one of our clients was paying their orthopedic physicians on a per-work RVU basis, but the report that was being generated from the billing system did not take into account for surgical assist modifiers. So anytime the orthopedic physicians did a surgery assist, they received full credit in error. And finally, some organizations have turned to a software solution. Well, what we found is that with most software programs, they provide data and access to data only, and not necessarily answers in the form of digestible business intelligence. So what I want to do is introduce to you today a system called Data River. It's a system that provides usable business intelligence in real time. Now, the physician enterprise is made up of 4 disparate sets of data: billing, financial, payroll, and clinical. Data River takes these 4 sets of data and standardizes, cleans, reconciles, and aggregates them in such a way that it allows for immediate apples-to-apples comparison. It also allows for drillability in one single report across any of these sets of data. So from this, Data River flows directly to the user: dashboards, standard reports, ad hoc reports, and interactive pivot tables native in Microsoft Excel for user-friendly access to the requested information. The backbone of Data River is Equation's inquiry and consolidation tool targeted at physician databases. It uses an online analytical processing engine to correlate disparate sets of data. And what that means is that users can have real-time business intelligence for real-time decision support. Now, I'm going to show you a couple examples of the reports that Data River can provide. This first example is a visit coding tool, which is a comparison of the physicians to benchmark and reports the coding gap that is generated by how they code their visit groups. So for instance, in the office visit codes 99211 through 99215, in this particular practice, there is a net coding gap of $54,000 annualized compared to benchmark. Now, we can further drill down by department and see that $70,000 of that gap is generated from internal medicine practice number 2, where the orthopedic physicians are generating $48,000 above benchmark. Now let's drill down again and see which physicians are generating the $70,000 gap in the practice. And in this case, we see it was Dr. Alpha generating the $70,000 coding gap from just the office visits. This tool allows us to then do a detailed analysis of the visit group. Here we look at the 99211 through 99215 series and compare physician volume to national volume. And in this case, the physician is using 75% of 99213 compared to a 57% for national distribution, and 4% of 99214 as compared to 28% of national distribution for that specialty. The net impact is more than $70,000 from one physician's billing of one group of visit CPT codes. Okay, here's another example. This is of the production volume metrics dashboard. This is a high-level dashboard designed to give a standard first-glance view of the entire practice, but it is also drillable and can be sliced to suit whatever needs. And this view is even used on a system level because most organizations don't have the capabilities to compare the entire system as a whole if you split up among different billing systems and different products. Furthermore, most organizations that do take reports from separate systems and products understand that the report generated from IDX GroupCast may not necessarily be the same metrics used in the reports generated by NextGen or Intergy, so that when you combine the reports into one view, you're not necessarily getting an apples-to-apples comparison of your entire physician organization. Furthermore, Equation takes the extra step of making sure it ties back to your financials so that you are confident that what you're looking at is actually representative of you and your system. Now, one of the powerful features of this tool is that you can drill down to the departments and individual physicians as necessary. So in this case, say the organization wants to understand the orthopedic specialty. If in the filter tab we change it to show only that specialty, the report automatically refreshes to show the RVUs, visits, consults, charges, adjustments, and payments, basically all the key high-level indicators of the orthopedic specialty. This view is generated in the exact same way as the system view, so that you can generate this for one department and then for a completely different department on the other side of town on a different billing system and still have an apples-to-apples comparison. Another powerful feature of this tool is that it allows the metrics and reports to be rearranged into a number of different ways. Here we have charges, adjustments, and payments by CPT codes that were charged in 2009. And this view allows us to see, for example, an average payment per unit by each of these CPT codes, or understand what part of our revenue is derived from which CPT code. That in itself is powerful. However, we can further drill down by payer. For example, we'll choose Blue Cross Blue Shield, and this tool can tell us what collection per unit was achieved for Blue Cross Blue Shields as a whole. For example, 99213 of the 3,200 visits, the average payment was $65.34. This can be compared to your fee sheet to see how well your patients are paying their copay or coinsurance. It can also be compared to a proposed fee sheet if you're doing rates negotiations. The possibilities are endless. So the bottom line is this. With Equation Data River, you have the ability to rearrange and drill down across 150 metrics of your physician enterprise for real-time access to digestible business intelligence. Now, if you would like to learn more about Data River, or if you have any questions, just email us at webinar@equationconsulting.com. Otherwise, give us a call at 801-783-4100. Thank you for joining us. Have a great day.